When we talk about territory, what do we actually mean? A delimited area immediately springs to mind, along with borders, boundaries, a Western movie. Keep off my territory! If one were to observe this myth-imbued territory from above, one would think of it as a landscape, representing man's relationship with nature. If one were to take an anthropological approach, it would stand for community, culture, and tradition. And if one were to look further still, it may become a place to nurture innovation, research and development. Someone once said, "He who knows the territory stands a better chance of winning a battle." Is this the winning mantra for the challenges that lay ahead of Italian businesses?
We Italians always say that we are, above all, individualistic. However, one of the things that we're good at is working as a team. It's done as a group, and it's known as a business cluster. If the appliances you use day in, day out don't keep breaking in your hands, you should probably be thanking this man, Enrico Loccioni. It's implemented in companies which make the most famous cars in the world and in any place where complex products in need of a thorough quality control are made. You were, let's say, a byproduct of the industrial boom of the post-war period. Once there was no quality control, and so you had to invent a way to implement it. What was the first mechanism you supplied a solution for?
We're talking about a machine called Margherita, made in 84, 85. 15% of the clients called the company back. It was a technical issue. So, we installed a system, one of the first unmanned systems, in January 1986. That 15% was down to 4. Our group, with our brand, is present in the Daimler-Mercedes Advanced Research Center in Stuttgart, partnering with companies such as Volkswagen, Ford, with General Motors in the States, with Chrysler. It's really something we're proud of, since we work in a rural area, away from the city center.
The stubbornness of the peasants of the Marche region has been passed down to Loccioni, who turned it into precision and creativity. He sees far ahead, beyond his lifespan. What happens when we talk about the land, but not in a metaphorical, philosophical, or anthropological sense? Orange blossoms, the gattopardo, the arancini and the cassata. All these regional stereotypes gone. Only a modern and extremely dynamic version of tradition is left behind, and it ends up in wine bottles all over the world.
The Settesoli winery project is based on the local community. Territory, winery and community are but one thing. If companies want to be successful in today's world, first of all, they must work as a team and reach a certain size, and Settesoli is a large wine estate. Our second basic principle is meritocracy. By that I mean meritocracy inside the company, such as having good managers who work in the winery. Thirdly, the quality of our product is crucial to stand out in our globalized world and to achieve lasting success.
Common roots, which held rural communities together, can now act as a mold to create new business clusters. There's the packaging sector in Emilia-Romagna, aerospace in Campania, and eyewear in the Belluno area.
What is a business cluster? It's a geographic concentration of businesses which specialize in different stages of the production process of a given product. A few examples: the ceramics cluster, the chemistry one, the footwear cluster, the furniture one, the electronics one. In Italy, there are more than 200 clusters. What is a business network? It's an agreement between complementary businesses which pool their individual areas of expertise to reach a common goal, regardless of the product, sector, or location of the companies. It's a flexible structure. If a company leaves, another can take its place. How do the single companies benefit from it? They can take advantage of common strategies and platforms, share their knowledge and know-how, and consequently be more competitive. It's a proven fact. In Italy, the sectors that are mostly organized in networks are the agribusiness, the fashion industry, and the technology industry.
The territory is indeed the place where both plants and companies are born, where they live, where they grow and change. Okay, one of them, businesses, should probably move a little bit faster, but that's not always the case.
Territory is important, since that's where businesses and governmental institutions interact, with the effect of boosting competitiveness and consequently bringing wealth to the populace. I think everyone has heard of Silicon Valley. It's the perfect example. It is made up of many companies. In Italy, we have something similar. They're called business clusters. They're not in the same industry as Silicon Valley, but they specialize chiefly in the so-called Made in Italy sectors. We're extremely competitive thanks to the interaction among businesses and between companies and governmental institutions, especially as training service providers. The ability to create patents is 50% higher in companies that are part of a business cluster, as opposed to those which are not. Furthermore, cluster companies develop around twice as many commercial brands, and their ability to enter the export market is about 30% higher. Hence, this intense competitiveness prompts business growth and increases prosperity among the populace.
Italy is more like a botanical garden than an expanse extending as far as the eye can reach. Different entities, geographically close to one another, adopt a variety of strategies depending on their location and on their needs.
Pedon produces pulses and cereal. In 1998, we started to travel to different continents, across different parts of the world, initially to see the cultures, talk to the cultivators, and start producing for China. Subsequently, we moved on to Ethiopia, Argentina, and Egypt. Hence, we wanted to launch a collaboration with one of the most prominent not-for-profit organizations. I'm referring, for instance, to our ongoing partnership with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which started 10 years ago. In Italy, the key to development lies in its diverse history and territories, and in its high-quality products. Agriculture is possible in Italy, but it must have high standards.
If we were any different as a country, if we were few and far between, as is the case with Kazakhstan, we could choose to completely ignore our neighbors. However, we are in Italy, and it's advisable to know our neighbors well